Hey guys, what's going on? Laxed Gamer back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review on the exotic scout rifle, the Boolean Gemini. The Boolean Gemini was data mined long ago. Well, that was like a story. Long ago, the Boolean Gemini was data mined, and it was known as 347 Vesta Dynasty. As you can see on the side, it does say 347, so that's kind of interesting. And it has 2 exotic perks, which makes this gun very unique and interesting. The perks are kind of, well, they're bad, okay? One way, bonus agility with precision kills stacks up to 3 times, or another, bonus armor with non-precision kills stacks up to 3 times. Now this exotic perk sounds cool, but it's actually kind of useless because you never really notice it. If it didn't tell you you had it, you probably wouldn't even notice it. That's how little it changes. It really is a cool idea, but unless they increase that, I really don't think. But enough complaining about it. Let's start to compare this weapon and see just how good it is. Now, in the Crucible, it does 60 to the head and 40 to the body. This allows you to 4-shot, headshot, and 4-shot with 3 headshots and 1 body shot. That is relatively decent, considering it is kind of difficult to land those precisions with this weapon because of its high recoil. This is with perfect balance, by the way, so if you don't believe me that it has pretty wicked recoil, yeah. And if it was like Might Multi-Tool, where, you know, the auto aim makes up for it, that would be nice, but it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It really doesn't. The other major problem with this kind of accuracy is its scope. Its scope is terrible. It has 2 scopes. It has a iron sight and a red dot sight, which really just covers up too much of my screen and scope, and it's very difficult to not only target enemies, but also to stay. However, like I said, in PvP, the problem with this weapon isn't necessarily its damage. It can hold its own against basically any exotic weapon. Where this weapon falls short, though, is where it falls short in everything. Its exotic perk, its stability. It's just all these little things that actually make this weapon relatively weak. In PvE, it's basically the same story. It has okay damage, but in PvE it actually, in my opinion, has pretty low damage, which again is another downside to it. And all these downsides, like I said, add up. And sadly, the exotic perk doesn't change anything in this. It was supposed to be a cool idea, and, you know, everyone was like, well, if it's implemented right, it could be actually a really useful exotic. Well, it wasn't implemented right. It was kind of a piece of shit, because here's basically the trade-off. If you land precisions, you're gonna run around faster, but if you hit the body and do less damage, you're gonna get bonus armor, which is really the only thing that's useful in PvE. But it's rewarding you for missing, and it's also punishing you for reducing the time to kill. And that's why, in my opinion, there's just way better scout rifles even. Hell, there's better legendary scout rifles. Go get the Ceros one from the gunsmith. It is insane. I'm calling it. It's year 2 Might Multi-Tool. Okay, it does 45 precision, it's strong, it has great stability, it has perfect range, no problems with that weapon, and the fact that it's legendary just makes it even better. You can use something like Hereafter, Truth, Thunderlord, Telesto if you want, Chaperone. They're all usable because it's a legendary, and that's the biggest thing about this weapon that I don't like. It's exotic. The exotic perk sucks. It needs to be changed and improved slightly, and for the most part, I want you guys to tell me if you guys agree with me not liking the exotic perk. I don't know, maybe I'm just really weird and I don't know, maybe I'm not using it to its full potential, but the way I see it, it's not useful. It's not even situational. It's just not useful. So as an end score, I like to put weapons into 4 different categories. It's OP, good, alright but needs improvement, and bad. This weapon falls into okay but needs improvement, and the main reason why, like I said, is its exotic perk. If its exotic perk actually was noticeable, it could change it. It really could become a useful weapon, but as it stands right now, it is not useful. Not by a long shot. I would not recommend using this in a raid. It's okay when you're starting out and you need that attack value, but once you can get a better weapon, use that. If you guys enjoyed, please do drop a like and subscribe. This has been Lax Gamer. I will be doing more reviews pretty frequently, honestly. I have a lot of weapons I want to review. The next one is going to be the Iron Banner sidearm. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.